Hello everybody, my name is Petr Koutný and today I have for you chess training. Hopefully you will enjoy this training and video, and let's start with first position. Every position has a reason to be here and every position should help you to be a better chess player and to understand what you could play. I have for you typical chess position. So first is waiting for you white to move, and what do you think white is going to play here? Maybe stop this video for a while and ask yourself, what are you going to play? Your first move is waiting for you. And if we are going to speak about this position, we could see that the most important information what we could get from this position is placement of these two kings. No one of these kings is in a safe square. And if our opponent's king is not safe, it's important to attack this king. But how to attack this king? The best way is to open position. And how to open position? Where we could open position? Of course, only one way how to open this position is with move a3. And well done to everybody who told me that the best move here is move a3. And now let's watch this game, what's happened after move a3. Anyway, white was Anatoly Karpov. So a3 happened, exchange, and now rook a2, rook h4. Looks like a scary move, but white's king looks like okay, because white has two good defenders, two bishops around him, giving him a feeling that everything is fine. And what's happened here? I think that, sure, now queen a1, and looks like white's army is going forward, and how white's army is dangerous to black's king. Okay, at the end, black took on g4, but there is no reason to believe that here white is nearly winning. And everything was possible because white correctly opened position. So let's come back and let's watch this position for one more time. If you're looking to attack against your opponent king, it's important to open position. That's the first lesson and the first reason why to watch second position, which is waiting for us. Now white to move, and what do you think here white is going to play? It's a simple, and let's watch this position with me and let's speak about this position. Black is active on c file. Looks like he got everything on c file. And this is a danger to us. If our opponent is strong on the left side of the chessboard, it's not a good idea to fight there and to check who is stronger there. It's a good idea to play on the right side of the chessboard. And of course, if our opponents got everything on the left, something is missing on the right. And the best move here is move g4. Your goal is to open a right side of the chessboard and to start attack, because it does make a sense. Our opponents got everything on the left. Let's play where something is missing, and g4 and f5 is the best move here. The best move is active move, and g4 here used to be the strongest move. Hopefully you agree. And third diagram, white to move. Okay, what do you think white is going to play here? And my advice is, every times when you're going to exchange your piece or your pieces, don't think about what are you exchanging, but think about what will remain on the chessboard after this exchange. So just imagine that you will take once and second times on e7. Nothing special happened. But something happened. On the board, you will see only knight and a bishop. You will see only dark squares, bishop and knight. And you have a beautiful square on one light squares. Make a sense that it will be difficult for our opponent to exchange this knight, because our opponent will have only dark squares, bishop. Okay, let's play this position. And what do you think about this position? If you believe that white's knight has a future on a beautiful square on d5, it's not hard to think only how to get this knight there. And of course, it will be really difficult, maybe impossible for black to do something with our super strong knight on d5. Just imagine that we are on d5. We are sitting on the light square. What black's bishop should do against him? Nothing. So knight d2, knight b1, knight c3, and finally knight d5. What a beautiful position and nice advantage and beautiful knight on d5. And this black's dark squares bishop should only watch how we have a strong, super strong knight on d5. So let's come back and let's watch this position for one more time. Think about every exchange. Not what are you exchanging, but what will stay there after this exchange. And exactly this is the nice position, because after this exchange we have chance to have super strong knight, and our opponent has no way how to fight with this knight. That's the reason why this position was here, and hopefully you enjoyed this position. And if yes, feel free and press like or press follow and made my day. I hope that this video is going to help you, and I'm going to thanks to everybody for likes and follows, because more follows, more likes mean I will make for you another video in future in this topic. So another position is waiting for us here. Yes, here is a black to move. And what do you think black is going to play here? Think about this position. Take your time and let's be better chess player. What I am worried here is to see that we are nearly in the endgame and my opponent has two bishops. Two bishops in endgame, that's a problem, that's an issue. So every times, okay, nearly every times when you can exchange one of our opponent's bishop, that's a good plan. So do you think is here any chance how to exchange at least one of white's danger bishop? Yes, exactly, there is this possibility. So okay, black took on d4, now rook d8, and now after this exchange I think that everything is fine, and black managed to exchange one of our opponent's bishop. And what is important, okay, what is the most important, he managed to exchange the stronger bishop. Bishop on e3, it's not so strong because it's looking exactly to c5 pawn, and c5 pawn is sitting on dark square. So after this exchange everything is fine because our rook is happy on open file, our knight is happy to blocked c5 pawn, and if we are black we are happy to watch this position because white's dark squares bishop is passive, is bad, and has not a big future in this endgame. Let's come back and let's see this position again. Maybe here, okay, say both players got two bishops. Yes, but I am worried. I am worried about this position, and this position is not clear to me. Have I got advantage, or or my opponent's got advantage? I don't know exactly. But think about this exchange and think about what's happened, what's different between this position and my position. Okay, once on d4, pin, second times on d4 and attack, bishop d3, and only exchange happened, and at the end I know that black's got advantage and good position. You know, sometimes to make a good exchange is a good plan, and I spoke with one grandmaster and he told me that you could win a game with the right exchange. It's good to exchange opponent's good pieces and leave on the board on his passive and bad pieces, and that's the one of the strongest chess plan ever. So another example is waiting for us, black to move, and I'm going to ask you, what do you think black is going to play here? It's another typical move, so it's good to know this plan. And believe me or no, here is the best move at g5. g5 is a super strong move and typical, and you should remember this move. Why this move is such a strong? Because g5 at least is going to open g file, that's a strong. And second, if our opponent is going to take on g5, he's got a weak pawn on e5 and we have pass pawn. So that's something like a change of pawn formation. g5, and now let's watch what happened. Exchange on f4, and now a4, okay, open g file. Black took it on d5, and I'm absolutely sure that everything happened. Okay, something happened, and black is fine. Maybe black is winning this pawn. I think that yes, and black is enjoying this position. So let's come back, because one more time, I don't know exactly if white's got advantage or black got advantage, but after move g5 I have a plan, I have an idea, and I know that I am playing one of the strongest move here, and that's a typical move, and this move should help you in your future's games. So please remember this move. g5 is a good move, and you will have chance to remember, because one of the next following position will have an answer in the same typical move. So you could test yourself in next positions. Don't leave this video too early. Black to move. What do you think black is going to play here? And that's another typical position. You know, remember please this position. If you have chance with one pawn to stop two opponent's pawns in the endgame, let's do it. That's a nearly winning plan. Simple but strong. h4. You know, let's watch this hero, because this hero is, of course, winning for us some interesting dark squares. But in nearly every endgames, one pawn stopped two pawns. Great, super strong move and nothing else. So h4, it's a typical, simple, super strong and nearly winning. If you have chance to do it, just do it. Okay, that's a nice position, and another example is waiting for us. Here is white to move, and what do you think white will play here? It's a maybe difficult position, but think about the weaknesses. Think about black's weaknesses and the biggest black weakness, and I believe that the biggest weakness is on c6. So why not to play bishop b5 and bishop c6, and everything is possible, because there is a pin. So bishop b5 happened, and now because of threat knight e5, black came back to f8. Now bishop c6 and c4, and what a beautiful bishop on a c6. Yes, every time think about opponent's weaknesses, and if you can, just attack opponent's weakness. Chess is a simple game, and it's good to follow one of these typical plans. Hopefully, we are ready for another example. White to move, and what do you think white will play here? It's an endgame. It's an endgame, and in the endgame is important, and for one more time, important to be active. And if our opponent has an open file for his rook, we should open another file. Never ever be passive, and never ever play game where your rook doesn't have open file. And if you understand what I mean, you are playing move f5. That's a beautiful move because you are going to open e file, and of course you are going to maybe attack opponent's weaknesses. Black took, and okay, g6 happened, and after this exchange, just watch this rook, how this rook is beautiful, working on open e file. Let's come back, and now just tell me what is doing white's rook on e1. Bad rook, bad endgame, bad position, and not the best chess game ever. But after move f5, yes, well done. Position is opened, and now we have a plan. If you can, open file for your rooks. Another position, white to move, and what do you think white is going to play here? Yeah, another nice move, another nice position, and another good advice. Nearly all chess strategy is inside of this video. If you could attack your opponent's piece, and if this piece after attack has to go back, has to retreat, and has to be more passive than before, that's one of the strongest move here. And move h5 is the strong. It's a super strong. Yes, first question. Why is not possible to take this pawn for free? Why is not possible to take this pawn? Because of bishop h5. That's a tempo against black's queen, and g4 is a winning piece. So that's the reason why black is lost. And okay, black should not take this pawn. But after move h5, let's watch this knight on h8. That's a nearly first small victory to see knight on h8. Remember, it's a beautiful time of our game to watch our opponent's knight to going to h8. One of the worst, maybe even the worst square for the knight, h8. That's a nice victory to watch opponent's knight going to such a bad square. That's a great move. And now, white to move. What do you think white is going to play here? And my advice, think about weaknesses. Think about black's weaknesses. Hopefully, you know where black is weak, and you have chance to attack at these weaknesses. So black is weak on d6, right? And just do something with this weakness. And because here is the defender of this weakness, it's good to exchange this defender. How to exchange this defender? Of course, bishop e3. Black has to take on e3, and now check. Beautiful knight on d6, and nearly a winning position. Okay, even if black will take pawn, nothing terrible happen, because here everything is doing good job and black is nearly losing. Knight on d6 is a winning knight. What do you think about this position? I think that was a nice example of this position, and the biggest black weakness on d6 is a good idea how to play our chess. Think about opponent's weaknesses, and believe me that opponent's weaknesses are weak if we are going to attack these weaknesses. So Yes, another example is waiting for us. And think about this bishop. What do you think this bishop is doing here? It's only sitting, but that's not enough. Has. What about has? No has. Do you think here is any chance to do something with this bishop? And that's my advice. Just play bishop c1, bishop e3, and the difference between bishop on b2 and bishop on e3 is a difference between good player and weak player. Do you agree? Yes, think about your pieces. And you are the man or the woman who should give a life to our pieces. A piece without life is a bad piece. And piece with life, bishop on e3, is a nearly winning piece. Such a small difference, such a small moves, and you are a stronger chess player. So another example is waiting for us, and now if our queen is under attack, of course, we have to do something with our queen, but think active. Don't think too passive, and the most active move here is to go to e7. Why? Because our aim is to see this threat. So of course we should go anywhere of these three squares, but don't go where you are passive and don't go where you have no threats. Okay, sometimes we have to be passive, but sometimes we should be optimistic and think about the future. Not only one single move, but about future and what to do next. And next, we should go to e7, c5 is a threat. So I think the last diagram is waiting for us. Black to move. And what do you think black is going to play here? Hopefully you remember one diagram. I told you here before that this diagram is super strong, super important, and now it's your chance to prove that you remember this move. And okay, I'm going to tell you that this move is g5. You are going to play the same typical move. Hopefully you remember this move before I showed you here, and that's the last diagram. g5, okay, f5, that's a pawn on e5 is weak. Of course, one pawn is going down, c4, and black is winning. Everything started with a move g5, and everything started because you know what to play and how to be better chess player. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you saw some interesting positions, and if yes, feel free and press like and press follow. Just follow me and stay by me. Thank you very much for watching. Let's be better chess player, and let's see each other next time. Thank you. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.